If I asked you to tell me what value you bring to your role right now, what would you say? And then if I asked you to give me a monetary worth to that value, how would you answer that question? Now, these are questions we don't often ask ourselves, but we really should be, especially when it comes to the job search process. If you're unable to identify and communicate what your value is to the company that you are interviewing with, why in the heck do you think that they would recognize it? And this is a lesson I learned early on. So we're going to rewind to 19-year-old Laura. I was just starting out in the work world. I was a receptionist and I did all the receptionist type of duties, right? I answered the phones, made copies, would type up letters. And I had a boss, and she was actually the owner of the company. And she really was a mentor to me. I learned so much from her. And this one lesson was so valuable. She pulled me aside in the conference room one day, and she said that they were going to give me a raise. Now, at 19 years old, I didn't realize that you could get a raise outside of your just annual review. Like, that blew my mind in and of itself. And I remember just sitting there, I'm sure my mouth was open like, oh my gosh, a raise. And she goes, do you know why we're giving you this raise? And I was like, because I work hard. And she says, you do work hard, but it's not working hard that is getting you this raise. It's the value that you add. You make our lives easier. We can count on you. We know it's going to be done right. And through your work, you provide a value to our time. And I was like, whoa, I never even thought of connecting the dots between here's a job and here's a value. I know, like I said, I was 19 years old, but it's actually startling how we aren't taught this, that it's not a task you do, it's the value that you bring. And this can be by reducing costs, increasing revenue, making time more efficient. Whatever the currency is, when you recognize the value that you specifically have, your unique abilities, talents, all that, then you can start thinking differently. It's not about checking off a box of I can do that responsibility. It's when I do this responsibility, the impact is X. And when you clearly understand yours, that's when things open up. You're no longer afraid to ask for that off-cycle raise. You're no longer afraid to negotiate because you understand that your talents, your skills, your abilities are an asset in a way that is going to save that company something. Like I said, whether that's time or money, and you can, in your mind, say, I'm worth this because I do this. That's a game changer. So I challenge you to really sit down and think how you specifically, not somebody else in that position, but how you specifically can bring value in a way that makes your job beyond a job. It's like you're in that role and you provide the value, not necessarily anybody in that role would provide that value. And once you understand and are comfortable with this, then the next time you are negotiating a job offer, lean on that. Or if you're like, hey, I recognize now my value, I think I should get a raise, go and advocate for yourself. Because once you understand what you bring to the table, that's when the other people, your bosses, your coworkers, are going to understand that you understand. And that's when more opportunities come, more money comes, and overall, you're just going to have a higher sense of self-worth when it comes to your job. All right, I'll see you in the next video.